Hello everyone. In this series, we are building our own coding agent from scratch completely in Rust and Gemini API. This is more of an experimental series rather than a tutorial series. So instead of trying to implement the best possible coding agent architecture, we will go step by step, improving slowly and steadily. Because I don't know how to build a coding agent, I am learning and I'll just share my experience and my learnings gradually. So I'll give you all the resources like the blog post and the GitHub repo for this project in the description or in the pinned comments. So the target of this series is to build a coding agent CLI similar to Cloud Core or Gemini CLI. And no, I'm not targeting the performance, but I want to learn how to build a coding agent, and I think implementing it is the best way possible. So that is the only reason I'm building it. And I have a tentative roadmap. There might be changes in the future, but basically we will first set up the project and then we will build the core agent loop. I'll explain that later. And then we will add the tools, and then add parallel agents or sub agents or whatever the new or trendy thing is. So yeah, I'm not sure what the end will be, but that's how it's gonna be. So for prerequisites, I would assume that you know Rust because we will build the entire project in Rust, and you need to know basics of ownership and borrowing and traits, implementations, async await. Basically, you should have used Tokyo at some point. If you have basically built a simple HTTP server, I think that's fine. So, and rest of the things, whatever is needed, I'll explain on the way. The only thing related to AI is you should have used ChatGPT or Claude, not like you need to know transformers or something like that, but as we are just going to use APIs, but you just need to know how they work and just how to use them. That's it, and everything else I'll explain as we go. So let's start from the project setup. So this is the project that we have already created, and the blog is already there. If you follow the blog, you will know step by step how to go. In this video, I'll just explain or walk through the entire code base so that you'll understand what is going on. So before creating a project, what you need to do is just go to your preferred folder and just run the command cargo new coding agent and hit enter. With this, you will get a folder structure like this. This is a standard cargo project setup. You will find a src folder inside that, and then you will get a gitignore file and then a cargo toml file. So if you'll go inside the cargo toml file, you will see that this is where we will add our dependencies. In this, you need to note that I have an edition 2024. You might be using 2021. So if you want to update, just Google it and you will get to know how to update it. Or if you want to continue with 2021, that's fine too. Unless and until if you get some compatibility issues, then you need to update, otherwise that's fine. So let's just first understand why I have added all these dependencies. Then I'll explain all about the dependencies that I have added. So we are building an agent that will make HTTP calls to Gemini API. It needs to parse JSON for sending a request and getting a response. It will do multiple things at once, like parallel tool execution. Not an immediate requirement, but we need that in future. We need to have a good error handling for better messages or for debugging or logging, and we need a way to load API, basically Gemini API. So that's why we need to have this Tokyo dependency for async runtime. We will use request library for HTTP request and as an HTTP client, and then for JSON handling like serialize and deserialize, we will use Surday and Surday JSON, and then for error handling anyhow, and that's it. For .env, we will use the environment variables, and I'll talk about this later when we'll use it, but if you want, you can just skip it for right now. That's not a problem. Now after you have set up all these things, you need to create a .env file. I'm not going to show you here, but basically you need to have something like this. Let me just show you. You need to create .env file and then add this line Gemini API key equals, and then you need to put your Gemini API key instead of this dummy text here. I have already mentioned how to get the Gemini API key. Just go to aistudio.google.com, and from there you can just create your own API key. It's nothing fancy. I hope you know how to do that. And after adding this thing, let me just remove it from here. After adding this thing, what you need to do is update the git ignore and add the .env file, because this is very important. If you miss this, your API key is on GitHub. I mean, anyway, we are going to put this in GitHub, so I want you to be very careful about it. So if you are putting it in GitHub, then do not forget to keep this in git ignore, otherwise your API key will be exposed. Now I think most of this stuff is done. Now let's just go to the main.rs file. Here we are doing very basic stuff. We are not doing something crazy, so let me just quickly explain what is going on. So first we are using this Tokyo macro here to make the entire main method as async. So inside the main method, the first thing we are doing is getting the API key from our environment variable, and this is the key name that we have in our .env file, and then we are just printing some statements just to know that everything is working perfectly. Here we are not printing the entire API key, we are just printing the first 20 characters just to confirm that okay, it is getting the right API key that we have, and that's it. This is the first step towards building our coding agent. I have kept it very simple because I don't want to overwhelm myself or you guys. In the next video or blog, we are going to build the core event loop or the agent loop that every agent follows. So yeah, I'm really excited about it, and I think after the second video or blog you will get to see tool implementation and tool calling and all those stuff. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm really excited about it. I see you soon. Bye bye.